Hello friends, it's Alexis and welcome to my March reading journal setup. Getting right into it, this month I am using supplies from the Sticky Club, of course, and these are all to match the Raven theme that I am going with. Partially because I love ravens, if it wasn't obvious from my journal cover or my channel intro. I really like all birds, but ravens might be my favorite. But more than that, this is actually a theme based on Realmathon. So if you don't know what Realmathon is, I will have Cassidy's video linked below, but this is a team-based readathon hosted by Covers with Cassidy, where you complete prompts and then you get to choose if you would like to use them as positive points for your team or negative points against one of the opposing teams. So getting into the actual journaling bit, I decided to go with a city skyline as my cover page with a raven in the foreground kind of looking over the city. So I don't consider myself an artist at all, like I've said many times, but what I can do is copy an inspiration picture. So I actually made this on Canva beforehand, and then I just sort of used it as my guide and drew in the buildings. And while I think I was able to do okay with the buildings, I knew there was no way I was going to draw a raven. So I actually printed out an outline I just found on Google on black construction paper, and it turned out so cool. Like, it was exactly what I was going for, and then I didn't have to color in the picture that I printed out. So I just went in with my glue tape and I glued him in onto the tree branch that I drew. I accidentally ripped off his claw, so here I am putting it back in. And then to make it look like he was holding the branch, I just cut off the very tip of his talon to make it look like it was going behind the branch. And then I just added in a little pop of color for his eye. I used a red glitter gel pen. Moving on to my TBR page, I was super inspired by another creator's bullet journal for this page. I will have them linked below. Mine did not turn out as perfect as theirs because I always think I'm going to be able to draw a tree or tree branches in this case. And yeah, they just never turn out how I want them to, but I like what we ended up with here. And then for my TBR title, I was originally just going to write it in a purple marker, but I didn't like how it looked, so I covered it up with some black construction paper and this beautiful raven sticker I had from the Sticky Club. Moving on to the next page, this of course is going to be my calendar overview. I've decided to switch it up from last month, and I'm no longer going to be tracking the days that I'm reading or total pages I'm reading because I always forget to fill this in. And I don't like having the half filled in page in my bullet journal. So above and below the calendar, I put in some washi tape from Archer and Olive. I know this tape was part of their Halloween 2024 collection, so I'm not sure if it's available anymore. If it is, I will have it linked in my description, along with any other supplies I use in this video. And then once again, going in with more Sticky Club stickers, I had these super cute cartoony ravens that are like wearing witches' hats, so I decided to throw these all over these two pages. Moving on to the right side of the page, I'm doing my weekly to-do list setup. This is definitely the page I think I use the most. Flipping to the next page, this is going to be my actual Realmathon Readathon tracker page. So of course, have to represent my team with the raven again. So this is another image I just found on Google. I was originally going to draw it in myself. Again, I was inspired by that same bullet journal, but I quickly realized I was not going to do as good of a job as they did. And I really didn't want to ruin this page in my journal. So I just looked up an image and I thought this one fit really really good. I really love how this ends up turning out. So in the space above the raven, I was able to put in the name of the readathon, and then around the raven's wings, I just added in some details about the readathon. So like the bonus points and then the page count, because the longer the book you read, the more points those are worth. And then under that, I have a box for the cover on the left, and then on the right side, I have 6 lines. The first line is slightly shorter because this is where I'm going to put the total points and indicate if it's a positive or negative. And then below that, I'm going to put in exactly what prompts it fits for, because you're allowed to use up to 5 prompts per book that you read. And then one last thing, I decided I hated the part at the top where I put in the gala information. I realized that I couldn't read it at all against the black paper. So I found this post-it note that I had, also from the Sticky Club subscription. And to me, it sort of looked like a super fancy invitation. So I decided to write the gala information on it there. And then moving on to our last setup of the month. My cat Blue decided that she wanted to help me out with this one, so I'm just going in and highlighting every other line like normal. This just makes it a little bit easier for me to read it once this page is filled in. And then putting in my header at the top, I kept it super simple, just with writing out books read and then adding in some feather stickers I had. And then I'm sectioning out the rest of the page with the things I like to track. So of course, the same as always, I like to track what number book of the month it is, the title and the author, the genre, what year it was published, how I acquired the book, the format I read it in, the date I finished, the page or hour count for audiobooks, and then my star rating at the end. And then for some reason, I was feeling really brave about my drawing skills, so I attempted to draw in a raven at the bottom here, and yeah, he's a little goofy looking. I feel like his head is too big for his body, but he's my goofy looking guy. Alright friends, that is going to be it for my March reading journal setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got lots of inspiration for your own journals. Please let me know below if you are also participating in Realmathon, and let me know what team you're going to be on. If you are on Team Ravens like I am, please leave me a purple heart emoji in the comments below. As always friends, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye!